Yeah, so now that we have the Emancipator mech, let's go give it a test run on some defense missions. And honestly, I will say before we start that it really didn't have that much damage as I thought it would, especially for having dual auto cannons. I mean, I was blasting this Bile Titan, and obviously there's more than just me shooting at it, a lot of turrets and stuff like that, as you can see. But I expected to kill it like a lot faster. Like I basically used what, like a fifth of my ammo capacity in both guns, just to take it down. So like when we get swarmed later on with Bile Titans and stuff like that, it does make it a little bit more challenging to kind of like finish off all these kind of tanky targets. But I will say, in benefit to the mech, it does have a decent amount of armor. It feels like it might be a little bit tankier than the Patriotic exosuit. But otherwise, let me guys give you some quick tips. Now that the Emancipator is out, you can pick it up yourself without even needing to buy it right now. For the missions, it just kind of comes with, I believe, every mission type. At least that I was playing so far. So I mean, definitely give it a go. I will say as another quick tip that you can, if you buy this and then equip it again, you can basically have back-to-back mechs that spawn indefinitely throughout the mission, and that is honestly the best thing you could ever ask for. But you can't equip two different mechs. So like I tried to equip the Emancipator with the Patriotic mech, with obviously the mech being provided for me on the missions normally. So I would technically have like a stock of 3. I mean, 2 are the same, but I mean, yeah, it doesn't really count. You can see this guy blows off my freaking arm in the middle of the thing. I just look at him, glare at him. He knows what he did. He didn't want to look back, whatever. So we only have one gun to shoot this freaking BT with, and we end up dying, obviously, because why not me? Excuse me. Anyways. So I will say though, that definitely pick up this mech when you can and equip it, even though you get it automatically. If you're trying to really use this mech, you will run out of ammo really quickly, because the 75 shots in each gun isn't honestly a ton. Especially when you compare it to like things like the Patriotic exosuit, which has like over 1,000 ammunition slots for the machine gun mounted to it, which is a very nice addition. So yeah, but it does do really good damage against small enemies, obviously, and the chargers, which is a big plus. So, I mean, honestly, overall, I would say it's pretty good. Its damage is a bit lacking for me, in my opinion, but you can spam the gun. If you hold down the triggers, it does shoot automatically, and then you can alternate fire from your left and right gun, however you feel you need to, in order to take down the enemies you're facing at the moment. But just again, watch out for, now that everyone's going to be using these mechs, for friendly fire, especially from other mechs, because most people are still getting used to the AoE splash damage. So you'll probably get your arm blown off or your mech destroyed in worst case scenario. But again, if you if you think ahead and start using these mechs, if you buy the mech and then add it to your stratagem, you will basically have it up the whole game. It's hard to juggle it. Like again, you'll have some downtime, but it's really not that bad. You could see throughout me in the gameplay. So I would say for the strategy for using this exosuit, it would be beneficial to kind of save your ammunition, again, because you're going to be running out faster than you may think, especially when you're taking out, again, the Bile Titans and other tanky enemies. But I mean, for a first look, it's pretty good. I will say it's very fun to use, and it feels pretty good to maneuver. I don't think it's any better maneuverability to the Patriotic exosuit, but for some reason, to me, it felt like you would be able to move a lot faster. So like when I was fighting a bunch of things, I was moving around and it felt really good. And of course, I learned my lesson. When they take over my spot, I just leave and I go behind them. I'm not even gonna challenge them by going in front, because you know my teammates always end up killing me, and I'm just trying to make a video and I'm just trying to give you some good content. But you know, whatever. I would walk past the shotgun though, because I mean that's not gonna do shit to the shoot. I mean, armor OP. But honestly, very good. You will still need to have a bunch of turrets when using the this mech with the defense mission, honestly speaking, because you're still gonna get swarmed, and because you're just gonna be spamming shots and stuff, you're really gonna need some support fire from something. And as you can see, like, I don't know if maybe I'm shooting the wrong area. I thought the face would be the best like area to shoot with the mech, but I mean, maybe not. You could blast the sides, I guess, if you wanted, but I mean, I put in mad freaking work into these. And that was not me, that was the Bile Titan totally killed them. I did not shoot them, that was for sure not me. Anyway, but yeah, like you could see here, I'm putting in like, God, it must be like 20 shots into this thing constantly. And like our teammates have shot it before, so it was already injured. And it was just a little bit, I don't know, lackluster in damage, I would say. I really wish that, you know, if it was gonna have dual auto cannons, that it would shoot like, I don't know, 2 shots, and it would still count as 1. I don't want it to, like, you know, blast through the ammo more than it really needed to. But I mean, yeah, I don't know, I wish it shot like 2 shots per side. And like, or if it does, which I don't think it does. I mean, it looks like it does, but it doesn't feel like it does. At least then if it did a little more damage, or if you got like maybe close to 100 shots each side, would be nice. But I mean, it is what it is. I mean, I'm not trying to complain too much. I'm having a great time with this thing. And it looks really nice. I mean, the yellow is definitely an interesting color choice, but you know, it brightens everyone's day, especially us Helldivers. So I mean, we do what we gotta do. But when you have your whole squad running it, it does feel like it feels like a lot of democracy is the best way to say it. It's basically like having 4 autocannon turrets just randomly spraying down every enemy, even if it's just a single unit, you know. And these space rocks are kind of killing me. These meteors are not very fun, I will say. An interesting choice for this map, but I mean, I didn't get killed with the mech, I don't think, by the meteors, so I mean, we're gonna thank the gods for that, because I mean, you can see me, I'm just trying to juggle my cooldowns correctly. But really, like when I was using these, I was probably had a down period of about a little over a minute, which really wasn't bad. I mean, then you could just, I could shoot my gun for once and like chuck a bunch of nades and just have a little bit more of a normal Helldivers gameplay. But I mean, it is what it is. I'm just really enjoying the things that they're adding. It's weird though that you can't add 2 mechs to your stratagem list. Like I could only use the Emancipator exosuit with another one, as you see in my stratagems list on my L1 menu, because it's given on every mission so far, because I think it's just what happens when you unlock a new stratagem. Everyone gets to try it out before they buy it, which is super nice. But like you can't equip this and the patriotic exosuit. It'll choose one or the other, so just be aware of that when you guys are using it, and you should be fine. It would be nice if you could, because I'd like to, I was talking to one of my dudes in the comment section. They're like, oh, now we could have 4 mechs, and I was like, hell yeah, now I can make a mech only video where I just complete missions in a mech as much as possible. But that looks like it still may be, well, I could do it now, probably, now that we have the mech available and I could stack it. But when that goes away, when they stop giving it for free as a stratagem, then it looks like that mission will be impossible, so I better probably hop on that soon. So I guess maybe you'll see a video of that coming up in this next week. So I guess you can look forward to that, and it should be fun. The only thing is, yeah, I just really wish it had more damage. Like, I love the autocannon. I used the autocannon right when it came out, when I was leveling up. Well, I think it comes out at level like 10 or something, somewhere around there, when you're just leveling through the levels. And I love that weapon, honestly. Before I started getting used to using backpacks, I just always ran the autocannon because it was cheap, it was easy, you get a ton of shots, and like, honestly, it feels so good to just spam blast through enemy types. But recently, obviously, with the Quasar cannon coming out, and you know, just mixing around with more different stratagems and stuff like that, like rail cannon, laser, orbitals, and all that kind of fun stuff. I really haven't used it as much, which is a bit sad, but I mean, I still see other people using it here and there. Someone in this game actually was using it, and I picked it up a little bit just to reminisce and try to kill a Bile Titan, but yeah, maybe I should have shot like the sack of the Bile Titan because it is an explosive weapon, and I know that these explosive weapons do great damage against like the squishy parts, like the tail of the chargers, the underside of the Bile Titans, and so on and so forth. I like the sacks from the skewers and nursing spiders, or nursing bitters. What are they have weird names, something like that. So maybe that would be better. I'm sure it would one-shot those enemies. Or those like areas, but yeah, I mean, I'm like putting hell onto this damn Bile Titan, and bro, does it tank damage. So I don't know, maybe I just wasn't shooting the right place. Maybe like I should have shot more towards the side, and again, it's not like we're super accurate. I mean, we're just spamming the thing, me and this random teammate in our Bumblebee suit. But, you know, I kind of, speaking of, it does remind me of Bumblebee from Transformers. You know, I feel like it gives me that vibe. I'm sure maybe it'll give you guys a similar vibe. Let me know in the comments below if that's kind of like, you know, if that's the vibe. We could just call it the Bumblebee from now on, but I mean, whatever. I will say the aiming is very similar to how the other mech works, the Patriotic Exosuit, in terms of it doesn't really shoot down that well, which would have been a nice... would have been like a nice thing to add, but I mean, I understand it's not like it has any like shocks or like how do you call it, like a rotational input that it like faces down. It just kind of swivels left and right on an axle, so whatever, we take that. We just gotta just shoot long range really, but I mean, yeah, I would just say that, yeah, I mean, really, the only issue I really have with this is either it has little ammo for the amount of damage it does, or to increase the damage it does and keep the ammo the same. I feel like that would make this really, really strong and viable. Not like it's not viable, but it's just, you know, like when you're shooting a Bile Titan that's rushing you in a mech and you can only move back so fast, it's a bit disheartening, you know. A little bit of liberation would help in the damage department, or just the spamming department. I mean, who doesn't love the spam? I feel like the ammo capacity would be a nice upgrade, because then you could legitimately just spam it. And yeah, it is what it is though. Anyways, we're coming through the end of this mission. You could see I have like a minute, or a little over a minute on my mech cooldown, so we're just kind of chilling, finishing up. Honestly, it was a pretty easy mission type. Again, because we have all these turrets and stuff, and honestly, I do like the Beagle that came out in the last Patriotic War Bond. I know a lot of people still prefer the Senator, the Wild West like revolver type thing. And honestly, I use it and it's fun, but I mean, there's nothing wrong with like a Deagle. I mean, everyone loves a Deagle, especially with the X-Defiant coming out, and then there's a Deagle in that. I just finally unlocked it yesterday, and I used it. It's it's the 3-shot, which was weird to a body, but again, that's a different game. Whatever, we're gonna just continue. Yeah, I mean, honestly, easy mission. I would still, again, for these types of things, you still will need some extra firepower to complete the objectives, usually, because again, those tank things are just those tank class enemies are just kind of crazy. I feel like for the boss it might be okay, because the autocannon does do decent damage against leg, arm, and stuff like that for the Hulks, and I'm sure the eye would do, like if you shoot it straight through the head of the Hulks, it would do really good damage. And for the factory striders, I feel like it would do okay damage. Maybe if you spam it again through the face, because there's a weak spot there, or if you get to go under the belly side, it probably would do great damage there too. But I feel like getting close would be a very hard thing to do. But anyways, this was just a quick first look into the new mech. I hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, think of liking and subscribing for the video, and I'll see you guys in the next video.